Hello, chicken lady here. Today I thought it would be good to show you planting up some vegetables that are going to be growing really, really quickly for you. So if you plant these, you should have a harvest within 3 or 4 weeks, I reckon. So we're going to do spring onions and radishes. Okay, if you've never grown a radish at home before, you really should, because you don't get hot peppery radishes like you grow at home in the shops. I don't know what it is, they just seem much more peppery when you grow them at home yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a piece of string so that we can see where the seeds are going to be sown, and I'll leave the string there afterwards so that when it comes to weeding, you weed things that aren't right next to the string, knowing that they're weeds, whereas you know that the stuff that does come up right next to the string is definitely something that you've planted. So we've got a piece of string tied to some bamboo that goes at this end, okay, and then the same at this end. Hold on, I need to move it down a bit more. There we go. So you have your string nice and taut along the ground. Then you take your trowel, okay, and you just make your trench along the line of your string. So now your string's in a trench. So we're going to get the seeds next. I can get into the packet. There we go. Okay, so we'll start off with some spring onions. Okay, we grew these last year, and they were really tasty. And we've got some seeds left over. And you can usually keep seeds for a couple of years as long as you kept them airtight and somewhere nice and dry. You'll probably still get germination, although perhaps not as much. Now I've shaken those out onto my hand a little bit too early, because the first thing that I actually need to do is put some water on the soil. So bear with me 1 second. I'm trying not to fall over backwards, because behind me is our pond. There we go, right. The reason I water the soil first is because spring onion seeds are really tiny, and if you do it afterwards, then they might wash away. So, we sprinkle the seeds, okay, along the string. It smells really nice just here, because we've got a lovely lavender bush next to them as well. More. So that's enough spring onion seeds, because we're going to do the row half and half. It's going to be half spring onions and half rainbow radishes. Okay, again, these are some seeds that we got last year. These are some that came from my sister Nikki this year. So we're going to use this packet and probably some of the other packet, because there's only a few in this one. So, you see the radish seeds are also quite small. Again, so it was a good idea to make sure that the ground was wet beforehand. And try and get roughly where you got to. And again, you can thin these out as you go, so you'll and they'll grow at. So you don't need to worry too much.
What's thinning out?
Thinning out, thank you, is when you take out small shoots to let other shoots nearby grow on better. Okay, so what you might do is take out some small radishes to have whole in a salad, and then let some of the others around them get a bit bigger so that you can then have those chopped up later on. Sprinkle the seeds into the trench. And we've probably got space here to do another row along there, but we won't put that in for a couple of weeks, because then you get a more constant crop of your salad veg. So next what we need to do is just to cover over the seed, and you can just lift the string up a little bit while you do this, because you're going to drop it back down anyway. Still nice and tight. Give it a tap down. And there you've planted your radishes and spring onions to have with your salads, which is really nice because you can just come and pick what you need from the garden and leave the rest to have another day. So that's all from me today. I'd like to say that I think you should all stay safe, stay at home, and to be kind and a little bit awesome. Thank you. Thank you.